Crazy Katie's Sister Weight Loss. We are doing July 26th, 2020 with Grace and Patty and Chris and Susan.
No, it's Susan Allred.
Susan Allred. Sorry, I will go in and fix that as if anyone cares.
It doesn't show up, remember?
What?
It doesn't show up.
That's true.
Oh, it didn't show up. I didn't notice that. I like that I'm eating while doing a weight loss.
Yeah.
As long as it's not chocolate or cake.
Fruit snacks. I gotta tell you, I'm in love with these. They're upside down. Mott's fruit snacks. I love them. They were at Costco, and they were like $3 off, so I may have bought multiple boxes.
Well, we're on the topic.
Okay. Oh, I put this on grid, so I really hope that everyone can see your faces this time, Patty. Okay, how did everyone do this week? Patty, you be first.
I maintained this week, which I'm actually very happy because it's Shark Week. And I'm like, why? Because I'm like, I walked, I drank my water, I did everything I was supposed to, and the scale didn't move. And then just a couple days ago, I'm like, oh, that's why. So I'm hoping next week I'll have a nice big loss, or at least, 0.2 would be awesome.
So what does it mean for Shark Week? You're just watching TV a lot, or does it have a different...
I'm on my period.
Oh, how old are you, Susan?
Visit, riding the Crimson Wave.
Hello.
All right, never mind.
Your monthly blood
That does
sacrifice.
tell you how old I am, because I don't have to worry about that anymore. You're welcome.
My uterine lining is sloughing out of me.
Thank you, thank you.
My 16-year-old, she calls them her monthly blood sacrifices.
I'll have to tell that to Courtney when she gets old enough.
Your period party. Yay!
No.
It's a thing now.
And last time I lost weight, I remember it's absolutely true. When it's that time of month, you gain so much water and fluid that
Seen everything.
Yeah, exactly. I usually went up a couple pounds, which if you're watching the scales is incredibly frustrating.
I need to go 5.
Yeah, but then it also comes off afterwards if you're staying good. But the chocolate, oh man, there's not chocolate enough to get you through that. But
I might have eaten all the chocolate in my freezer. I'm just saying.
Oh, it must have been bad. That's dark chocolate too.
Shut it, Grace. Like I said, I maintained. I'm just happy. I mean, if I only went up a pound, I'd be happy as well.
Yeah.
It's just wonderful. Yeah, that's real. So you actually lost weight, probably a couple pounds.
Yeah.
And your stupid scale just doesn't show it yet.
It hasn't caught up yet.
That's right. That's right.
All right, now that we know about Patty.
All about when I cycle.
Chris, how you doing?
I'm actually doing pretty good. I had, it's interesting when I start a new diet, I always say, oh, I'm not going to call it a diet. It's just a lifestyle. Well, then my mind flicks into, oh, this is a diet, and I'd have days where I'd fall off the diet and then it'd be like, oh, forget it. And then about midway through, I said, hey, but I'm not on a diet. I'm just trying to eat healthy. It's okay if there's days where things go crash and burn. I actually lost 3 pounds this week.
Booyah.
Yeah, I just was more physically active. I tried to moderate what I was eating. I tried to be mindful when I ate. So yeah, it was a good week, but it was not as changing a lifetime of habits. It's not an easy thing. So I had some pretty bad days and I had some good days. So they evened out.
Great.
Yeah.
Way to go. Grace, how'd you do?
I did my vitamins all but one day. That's pretty good, I know. And my watch kept going off saying, get off your butt, you lazy bones. And I didn't do it once. But I felt so guilty about that 3 or 4 days this week, I went out and walked the dogs for 2 or 3 miles.
Good.
So, and as I was doing it, I was thinking about you, Patty, hitting your 10,000 steps. I was like, all right, I can do this. And I think I hit 10,000 steps 3 times.
Good job.
I know. And as a result, I'm down 1.8 pounds from last week. So yay, like I didn't change eating at all, but and I was thinking about what the differences are. And I also got a lot of sleep this week. Like sleep is super important for me losing weight. If I'm not sleeping enough, then I don't know, like I don't know, but making sure that I have enough sleep is huge for me, losing weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It is for me.
completely agree. Sleep and not eating late at night. There were a couple nights this week I ate dinner at midnight. I'm like, forget the scales because that's just horrific. You know, I'm never going to be able to lose weight this way. But if I can finish eating my last meal about 5 and then just drink water from then on, you know, I usually, that's enough to give me some time to that and a good night's sleep. I'll lose some weight that time. So, yeah.
Great.
And my dogs are happier too. They're on a weight loss plan too. We went to the vet and they said your dogs are overweight. Well, they're just part of the family. And the dogs are looking better too.
Good.
They only have ounces, not like tons.
No.
My week was pretty good. I'm down 3 pounds.
Good job.
Thanks. We'll see how next week goes because I'm going on vacation for a few days. So I'll be eating out every stinking meal. But the trade-off is that I won't be near my computer 8 hours a day. So hopefully, and we're going to the pool. So I had to get on a swimsuit, cry a little bit, go, this sucks. And but Jake can't swim, so I have to be there, and he has no sense of self-preservation. If I just let him in the kiddie pool, he'd drown himself. So I gotta be there.
In the kiddie pool.
Yeah. So I gotta be there. I'll be in my swimsuit, and hopefully, that will offset any fast food that I'm eating.
Like I ate out. I had a friend in from California, and we went out for brunch or whatever. And I was like, okay, Patty, make smart decisions. And I wound up having like a vegetarian omelet with some hash browns and something else. I can't remember what else it was. Instead of getting like the cinnamon roll French toast that I normally get there because it's so good. I was so proud of myself. I'm like, okay, I got the vegetarian omelet and it was good. It satisfied me. And I still splurged a little bit on like a huckleberry zucchini little mini loaf that they make. I'm like, I can have this because I'm having this. So I didn't have to indulge in everything. I could still
You have such grown-up tastes, Patty.
She does. She really does.
I like my vegetables. Shoot me.
I will. I mean, good for you. I'll just give all my vegetables to you.
Okay, I'll eat them. Except for tomatoes. I still don't like tomatoes too much.
Well, those are a fruit, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still don't like them. Doesn't matter what you classify them. I still don't like them.
Yeah. They're only good for sauces.
Fruit sauces like spaghetti.
Yeah.
Oh. So what were we going to talk about today?
Weighing.
Weigh-ins. Okay, so weigh-ins. How often do you guys weigh yourselves?
Twice a day. Once in the morning and one at night.
I weigh myself every morning. Well, usually every morning, probably 5 times a week. At the same time, I get up, like I pee all my extra weight out, and then I weigh myself before I eat anything.
That's true. And I wear the exact same thing every time. So at least in the morning, I have this is a good gauge of what my actual weight is.
Oh, see, now I strip down to as little as I possibly can. The wash comes off.
Every time. If you're naked every single time, that's an accurate weight.
Can I clip my toenails?
If you've got 1.5 pounds toenails, don't show us.
our Cady feet are not the best.
I've been debating, do I want to weigh in once a month or once a week? Every Sunday morning before the day of our thing, do we want to weigh in every day? Do I want to throw the scales away and just go by clothes? I've heard all sorts of different people weigh in on weighing in. So I've heard, Susan, how many times a day do you weigh yourself?
You want me to tell you the truth or lie convincingly?
The truth, sweetie, it's much more entertaining.
I will actually weigh in 3 or 4 times, but there's a caveat to this. I understand that my weight's going to fluctuate anywhere from 2 to 5 pounds depending on the day or whatever. And I happen to know I weigh in just because I'm curious and because I am really competitive with myself, not so much with others. And so that keeps me on track. That reminds me, okay, this is what you had today. This is what you had today. This is, and all that stuff is taken into account. But I only log one of those, and it's the same one every day. So I happen to know that my lightest time of the day is 10 a.m. Don't ask me how I know, but I know first thing in the morning, I am not my lightest. 10 a.m. is my lightest time of the day, and that's when I'll weigh in, and that's when I log the time. If I go up or down or whatever, that's just for my own personal thing. But and I'll check myself 3 or 4 times a day because that reminds me to stay on top of things because I'm so easily distracted because I'm so busy.
Well, studies have shown that people that weigh every day, not even multiple times a day, but every day, they do a better job of at least keeping the weight off because you'll make little minor corrections, minor adjustments. You're like, oh, I'm up 3 pounds. I'll be healthy today.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make healthy choices. And so you can kind of make those Grace is raising her hand.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I do that when I'm up 3 or 4 pounds. I say, "Holy Hannah, get back on the wagon, Grace," and I course correct until I'm back down those 3 or 4 pounds, and then I go back up. It's just a dance, but weighing in every single day is super huge for me to make those minute course corrections while they're still minute.
And to go back to what you said, Chris, so I'm doing these diet bets, which are like a month long, and you can weigh in weekly. And I'll do like once a week. It's called the unofficial weight because I refuse to pay for membership, which means I'm not getting any prizes, but I don't care. But the only weight that matters for the bet is the one at the very first day and one on the last day. Everything else in between, you can do whatever you want. But I try and put in a new weight once a week just because every time I log into that app, it pops up and says, this is what your weight is. I'm like, oh shoot, I'm 3 pounds above that. Okay, I need to fix that.
Okay.
And clothes don't work for me because, clothes can always stretch. Just lay down, buckle in those jeans. The skinny jeans that are meant for skinny people, but that's not me. So,
I think weighing in is a very much personality type thing. Every personality is different. Some people can go all month because they want to have that flexibility. And there are other people like me who are all or nothing. And so I want to stay on top of it from hour to hour and have that reminder. And there's some people who are perfectly fine going week to week or whatever. You got to know what your personality is and the way you work and just go with it.
So there's really no one way fits all. I think that's really good because I thought I do not think I could wait a month and weigh myself because it would be too easy for me to just go, I've got 27 more days, so I have to weigh in. Woo, party! Yeah.
I think you need to at least once because even Weight Watchers or WW, they weigh in weekly because they're now that you need to have these check marks, these benchmarks that you need to have that accountability. So at least once a week, whether you're just texting a friend and saying, here, you know, I'm trying to lose weight, so here's, just between us, here's our weight or whatever, or you write it down someplace on your phone or whatever. But yeah, I think at least once a week. We're freaks because we weigh more than that, but that's just how we are, how our makeup is, and what works best for us.
Well, and I think the other thing you have to be real careful of is that you don't become overwhelmed by despair when you've fallen off and you're up 4 pounds or whatever, and instead go, okay, I'm up 4 pounds. Do you know what? Those 4 pounds came on pretty quick. They'll go off pretty quick too. Because usually when you've, you know.
Boys! Oh, boys!
And something that I have to.
Sorry, go ahead, Grace.
Something that I have to think about also, especially when I am being very athletic and putting in weight training and all that stuff, is that muscle weighs more than fat does. And so sometimes when I'm like, woo, I'm down however much, I say, oh, but is that just like I'm losing more muscle? And yeah, like sometimes I'll go down some pounds, but my jeans will feel tighter, because even though weight is just one aspect of it, like, am I building muscle? Am I really getting healthier?
Yeah. And water is a big thing too. Water's huge, especially, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really good at retaining water. And so
that's one of our talents.
I know, right?
Superpower, I think.
So, I could gain 3 pounds in a blink of an eye and just realize, well, I haven't had my water. I haven't, had a chance. I've been drinking soda or whatever. As everyone chug-a-looks.
Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah, but it's a big deal. So
it is a real big deal. Big deal. I always think of it as the water flushes the fat out of your body. And the more water you have in there, number one, you're not hungry anymore because your stomach's filled with water. But number two, it's flushing that fat out of your body, and then when you pee it out in the morning, it's peeing out that fat. So that's, I'm sure, totally scientifically accurate. It's not, but that's how I think of it. And so that helps me be really motivated to get my water in too.
Well, I mean, I was watching a TED Talk and they're like, the guy interviewed people, man on the street type thing, goes, okay, so you work out and you exercise and you lose weight. He's like, where does the weight go? And everyone's like, I don't know. What did happen to all that weight? And so he went through the whole scientific process, and he's like, it leaves through air and it leaves through water and it leaves through waste. He's like, we don't know exactly if it's sweat water or peeing or whatever. He's like, but it leaves through water. So that's what happens when you lose weight is.
And I always think that's why sleeping's really important, because the exhalation, you're exhaling air and condensation from your body all night long, and 8 hours of that is better than 4 hours or 3 hours.
I did read a study that is why sleeping is so important for weight loss, is because the type of air that you're breathing out is the toxins and it made sense when I read it.
We have our medical degrees, or
I know. But it's special magical sleeping weight loss air.
There's light sleep and there's deep sleep. So I would imagine with deep sleep, we're breathing deeper, more prolonged breaths, where they're at a more even pace instead of probably just our normal everyday breathing is very much a light type of breathing.
And like, how much do you sweat when you're asleep? I look at my kids and they sweat so much. So it's probably aerobic sleeping also.
Oh, Grace, trust you to bring sex into it.
No, I wasn't saying sex. Sleep. What does your husband do while you're asleep, Chris?
Oh, aerobics. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's so funny. And I'm sure anybody with the medical degrees is shaking their head right now. But you know what? We don't have medical degrees, but we do have a degree in losing weight. Lots of degrees to lose weight. So, yeah. So, don't base everything on your scales. If your scales are not kind to you this week, you know what? You probably know why they're not being kind to you. Drink more water, get more sleep, watch what you eat. Maybe only have a quarter of a piece of cake instead of 3. Yeah. We know when we're having a bad day, we know what's going on. So
have less stress.
One thing that I think is really important to do, not
Can
just.
I pause real quick? Does somebody have a cat meowing, or is that one of my cats?
One of yours.
One of yours.
Okay, I'll be
Nobody
right
else
back.
here. No.
My kitten is freaking out. I'll be back. Keep talking.
Okay. I was gonna say, to go along with the scale is also have a measuring tape and take those measurements, because your scale's not always going to tell you what's going on with your body. It's just one part of it. And there are times when I try and like measure myself once a month just to see how I'm doing over the course of the month. And they're just numbers, and I'm very much a visual person, so I don't always understand what these numbers mean other than, hey, my pants are getting looser. So I actually on my the door, and I've seen it done on the wall, I took a piece of yarn and I'm like, okay, here's my waist measurement, and I tape it to the wall and I put the date, and then a month later, here's my waist measurement, and you can visually see the length of the string getting smaller and smaller.
That is brilliant.
Ooh.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Is my door tall enough?
It is. If my door is tall enough, so is yours, honey. So yeah. And I just put the date and I put the measurement up there just so I know. But I know that I see it all the time. So it's also this constant reminder of, hey, Patty, don't forget you need to be treating yourself better and losing weight and exercising and all that stuff.
That's
good. Brilliant.
Yeah.
I saw it someplace. I stole it. It's not a brilliant idea from me. I just took it and plagiarized it.
That's all right. I'll take it. Go Patty.
That's really good.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
All right. What are the goals for this week?
I need to take my pills. I took them twice this week, collagen pills.
Oh.
I still walked 10,000 steps 6 days this week, which is my goal.
Mm-hmm.
Give myself one day to slack. I try to make it Sundays. But if I slack on another day, if I just get busy or whatever, then I'll walk on Sunday. It's not a big deal. So yeah, my goal is just to keep on doing what I'm doing, get through Shark Week with my sanity, and take my pills, take my collagen.
Have you noticed anything from them yet, or are they still too new?
It's been twice in a week. Nope.
I didn't know I couldn't remember if you'd been doing them longer than a week. So,
No.
Okay.
I'll give it a month. I'll give it till the bottle's gone.
Yep, fair enough. Chris, how about you? What are your goals?
My goal is to get more physically active. I'm doing pretty good on my weight. I'm controlling it. A little cheating here and there, but nothing big and major. Kind of how I want it to go. And I've been doing really good taking my Orlistat, is that what it's called? And seeing good results for that. It really helps remind me to eat healthier. So that's been a good reminder. But my body, I can tell when I'm not physically active enough. And I just hurt. I don't sleep good. It's like Grace said, your pants, you may lose weight, but your pants are tighter. So I would like to, my goal this week is at least 4 or 5 times to do some exercise. Not just say, oh, my body weight, I'm doing lots of walking around, but to actually hit 10,000 steps or, 20, 30 minutes on the elliptical or something like that. So yeah, physically get active and I'll feel better too.
Okay.
I want to say, so I've been walking for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't know, something like that. I would like to say non-scale victory, NSV. I just learned what that term meant this week. Yes, you have to walk through the pain. Susan told me this. I'm like, my legs hurt, my ankles hurt, my feet hurt. She goes, you just got to walk through it. And it does eventually go away, so it's not a big deal. But it was also so much easier for me today this week to just tie my shoes, because it gave me increased flexibility. Not that I'm doing yoga or anything like that, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's so much easier to bend down and tie my shoes. I'm like, yes. So.
Yeah, that's a
awesome.
huge thing. That's a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So my goal for this week, I don't even know what.
Rolling around on his back earlier.
Oh. My goal for this week is more active. I'll be done with 2 major writing deadlines, and that have just been hounding me for months. Well, one of them has been hounding me for months. And so the goal is to actually hit that treadmill and start carving my new schedule, or rearranging the schedule to do the exercise. And being on vacation will be good for resetting that, because I'll have to spend all that time with the family, and I'll come home and redo that. But yeah, clothes are starting to get loose. I have a couple things that I got from Chris last week that, oh, wait, this week I might just have to stick it back in the bag. It's not going to work after all, because it's gotten too big. So that's always nice. I think I'm down 17 pounds from my heaviest weight. So I'm at that point where things are starting to get loose.
That's a big thing. Yeah.
So yeah, that's my goal. More activity. You can only lose so much fat, but you've got to build that muscle to go with it. Fat isn't the only thing. You've got to build it. So.
Well, and the muscle runs the metabolism.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you don't have muscle, you don't have metabolism going on to help burn that fat. So.
Yeah, it'll go much faster once that's there.
Yeah, good for you. Awesome.
Grace, what are your goals for this week?
Take my vitamins every day.
Okay.
I would like to, what else? Just keep exercising. What?
Move when your watch tells you to, at least once a day.
Move when my watch tells me to. Yeah, so I work for the state, and we've been on furlough, 1 week of furlough every single day. So we're doing 32 hours worth of work in 40 hours. They say don't do that, but that's the reality of what's been happening. So hopefully tomorrow is my first week that I'll have 40 days, 40 hours. So hopefully I'll feel a little bit more able to stop and give myself 5 minutes to do my planks, push-ups, and wall sits.
Good for you.
Yes. And I do feel so much better when I do that. So I decided today, last week or the week before, whatever it was, I said, I don't care that I haven't hit my 100 pounds. I've decided I'm going to hit 100 pounds. So I'm going to do it. I think I have 9 pounds to go as of right now. So I'm on weight loss. I'm on my weight loss route.
Nice.
I understand being busy and stuff like that, but you also have to understand you're worth 5 minutes, even if you're trying to shove 40 hours into 38 or 32 hours. You're worth 5 minutes to do your wall sits and planks,
and that's why the balance of it. Like I don't have 5 minutes in the day to do that, but I'll take an hour or whatever to walk the dogs. And I really like walking the dogs. I really like being by myself and taking alone time without work, without husband, without kids, plugging in an audiobook or music, whatever music I want to listen to, and not be embarrassed about it because I still listen to Britney Spears. But just having that me time with the dogs who love me so much, and they're just so happy to walk, and I love that time.
Good. So it's a reward. I have not yet found an activity that's a reward for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm working on it.
Yeah.
One of these days, we'll find something I like to do besides sit on the couch. Well, truthfully, at the computer. I don't sit on the
Yeah.
couch very much,
You don't
but
sit on the couch.
So good. Well, that's 30 minutes, folks. We did awesome.
You did.
I can hear the world encroaching on my doors as we speak. Deep breath.
All right.
All right. We can
Well,
do it, guys. We can do it.
We can.
good luck.
Yeah.
See you next
Have an
Monday.
awesome week. Don't let the scales kill you.
That'll be our party.
Lotion up on, guys. Don't let the scales kill you. Just lotion up.
That's
Be tougher to grab when you're lotioned up.
Sounds good. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I love you guys.